wanted to do an art piece on glass, and I ended up putting it on plastic, but it was supposed to be glass. Now what it is, I wanted a paint to put on, and when it would dry, I put it on thick, and when it would dry up, it would stay nice and glossy. It'd be glossy. And this is actually my sample piece. Now I tried lacquer thinner, I tried lacquer, nail polish, acrylics, enamels, and everything would dry sort of like this here. It would just shrivel up when it would dry, and it wouldn't stay smooth, and had a lot of hard time with that. So I couldn't find anything. So finally what it is I actually end up going to an epoxy, and I found epoxy, and I'll show you later, a high gloss epoxy. And what it is I try to sample like this yellow one with epoxy. Now I went ahead and I tried putting just tints in. I have a lot of tints, but what would happen with the tint, the tints would, if I put mixed tints in, it would come out and still dry real funny. So what it is, the last thing I tried, and this yellow, and on the green, was I used powder paint, because I got a lot of powder paint, and I mixed powder paint with it. So then, on the other side, I says, all right, I'm going to go, and these are the colors I have with powder paint. So what it is I found that I could get a real nice shiny finish, high gloss, with the powder paints, and it would be thick. If you notice, there's a thickness to this. I don't know if I can really show you that now. But you see, there's a thickness. It's around 1/16 of an inch thick, and it's set up hard, smooth, high gloss, and it's hard. It's scratching it, you won't, with your fingernail, you won't scratch it. It's hard. It's epoxy. So I says, good. All right, I got that. All right. Next part. I made a frame. Wooden frame. This frame measures roughly on the inside 10 by 16 inches. And what I did on the frame was I cut 4 slots in it. Roughly spaced out the slots on the inside. Alright, so then I took 4 pieces of plexiglass, and on each one of the layers I came up with different splotches all the way in back, and I even used the top surface on this, so I ended up with 4 layers. You can make as many layers as you want going in. And what it is, these are just random shapes of the epoxy that I just put on there, and I spread it around so you have the depth going in of around, the frame measures 3 inches. So you have around 3 inches in it, and you can see sort of, it really looks sort of cool how you can actually, like I say, go in because it's on 4 different layers, and the random splotches in front of each other's. It really looks quite good. Alright, now it really looks good, and it's hard to catch it here, is it holding it on the right light, and it's all these blotches are smooth and shiny and vivid colors. And like I say, they're random sheets, and then I even have little spots where it would drip. I didn't care. This is a randomness of it. So I got all the little spots, and it's all just sort of almost like they're suspended. Alright. That was the project that I did. It came out kind of, I mean, you could go as big as you want with this, as small as you want with this. Alright, here's the material that I used. This was the hardest part, coming up with this. Composites, U.S. Composites, it sells it. Now I'll put their email address on there. But Duraclear, and it's a high gloss additive, 904001. What it is, it's a high gloss epoxy that dries to the exposed air. And actually, this wouldn't be a bad material to use when you want to cover something clear and have a big thick buildup, and rather just than just like a lacquer or very thin. This would give you a depth thickness on it if you want to put it on. Now, the quarter of it was $25, so it's a little steep. But like I say, for this project, the wife doesn't like it so much. She thinks in the back should be bigger splotches and all of that. But you know, hey, it's a project. I make something once, and then that's it. This will go on the wall someplace. And I think it came out pretty good. Let me take it outside. How's that in the sun? How does that show it up? Alright, that's the project.